The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that the next 2 weeks, from April 21st to May 2nd, will see characters in Los Angeles experience a series of dramatic changes, delving into love, ambition, and the boundaries of life and death. The storm hits the Spencer family. Liam runs out of the hospital, and a fateful shock. Liam, seeing that he is feeling better, signs the discharge papers despite warnings from Finn and Bridget. In his head, the plan is clear. Kelly, who has just cried because she misses her father, must come home. But that same afternoon, Steffi receives an urgent text from Finn with the results of a CT scan, a tumor deep in the brain, firmly attached to the brain's network, inoperable. On the legendary sofa in the Cliff House, Finn kindly but firmly explains, "This is not a preliminary diagnosis. Steffi, Grace, and Bridget all agree. The tumor is growing very quickly." At that moment, the camera zoomed out to reveal only Steffi's breathing, shaking in her chest. She vowed to be the one to tell Liam the news, because he deserved to hear it from the person he trusted most. Facing each other on the Malibu beach, Steffi choked up, "You may think the doctor is wrong, but Finn, Grace, Bridget, they all confirmed it." Liam struggled, vehemently denying, "No. I still have to take Kelly to swimming lessons, and I have to help Beth learn to ride a bike. I won't let that happen." Then, under the fiery sunset, he still lowered his voice and promised Steffi that he would fight for his daughter, for the years he hadn't lived. Color sublime amid the gloom while Liam struggled with his fate, Ridge and Eric decided to use the halo to cover their tears, with a fashion show combining haute couture and ready-to-wear. The catwalk was set up right at the Forrester Creations headquarters, turning the lobby into a glass paradise, sparkling with crystal chandeliers. Special guests Spencer Pratt, Heidi Montag, hot TikToker Markel Washington, and most notably Genoa City attorney Christine Blair, created a rare crossover between B&B and the young and the restless. Eric, in a hand-embroidered tuxedo, confidently declared, "Tonight will be a magical moment connecting the Forrester generations." But did Taylor Hayes accidentally or intentionally lock the backstage door, trapping Golden Angel Brooke in the same room as Taylor right when the show started? The two legendary rivals had no way out, and Brooke did not hesitate to attack. "You always said you let Rich go, so why did you interfere?" Taylor responded, "I was just trying to help you and Ridge stop making the same mistake." Words were exchanged. The audience outside applauded each step of the model. Inside, the two former enemies opened an involuntary therapy. Will this accident unintentionally heal or deepen the hatred? Whispers about death distraction, a rumor leaked backstage. The show's shocking twist didn't revolve around Liam, but Eric, who had been close to death due to a mysterious illness. A quick panning shot caught the confused design assistant in a memorial tuxedo. Was the scriptwriter preparing a body double so that all the audience's tears would pour into a more shocking funeral? Secret suspicion and life and death move for Liam, reveal or keep it a secret. After the show, Steffi urged Liam to tell the truth to his family, but he was adamant, "I won't make myself a burden. I need time to find a solution." The biggest problem, if the bad news spread, Hope and everyone else would look at him with pity, which is what he hates the most. However, Liam's evasive behavior, or his undisguised headaches, made Hope nervous. She noticed that he kept calling Steffi on FaceTime, discussing children. One evening at Logan's, Hope bluntly asks, "What are you hiding? Why do I think you're afraid to look straight at me?" Liam's eyes wander. Silence is sometimes the biggest confession. Luna raises the stakes with love, while Luna, the skincare startup queen, is determined to turn Will Spencer into a strategic asset. Will's sweet charm means access to Spencer's fortune. Sheila Carter, who has been involved in many tragedies, is behind the plot. They secretly meet at an empty cafe, Luna takes out her highlighter and looks in the mirror. Sheila makes a plan. Keep Will by your side. You'll have a shield, but remember not to get too emotionally involved. High risk, Hope frequents this cafe. It's not hard to imagine Hope walking in, seeing Luna and Sheila whispering shoulder to shoulder, her eyes narrowing. Would she immediately run to report to Deacon, or secretly look for evidence first? Hope's unstable pieces. Hope is not only suspicious of Luna. She begins to connect the dots. Liam contacts Steffi unusually. Sheila reappears with Luna. Deacon's suddenly silent about the old threat. A scenario flashes in Hope's mind. Is Liam in danger and Steffi and Finn are hiding it? Does Sheila have some secret and want to use Luna to manipulate Will, thereby forcing Spencer to pay? Each dark patch makes her determined to dig deeper, despite having to confront the person she loves. Prediction and analysis. Upcoming script curves. Is Liam's tumor really incurable? B&B is famous for last-minute medical miracles. Will Grace be mentioned not only to confirm the diagnosis, but also to reveal an experimental protocol? If Finn, Grace, and Bridget join forces to find a gene therapy drug, the screenwriters can create a self-healing explosion at the right time. Will Eric still be the fallen one to save the show? If Liam eventually survives, another tragedy will have to take its place. Eric, who has just recovered from his previous illness, is full of vitality but also old. The miraculous ending of the fashion show may become a reverse prophecy, bringing sorrow to other families. The Brooke-Taylor alliance? Being locked in the same room is never a coincidence. Both of them may recognize Ridge's laughter when they see them peaceful. After the argument, the audience may see Taylor tearfully confessing her mistake, while Brooke gently puts her hand on her shoulder. A strange green shoot for a new friendship? Luna, Sheila versus Hope. Deacon, if Hope catches Luna in collusion with Sheila, she will be forced to face her father. Dad promised to protect me from Sheila. Now you intend to ignore it? Deacon, who wants to start a new life, is stuck between love and duty, and is likely to return to the old quagmire. Conclusion. The next 2 weeks of The Bold and the Beautiful promise to take viewers through a range of emotions, from the heartbreaking silences of Liam's life-or-death struggle, to the dazzling glory of the Forrester runway, to the backstage machinations. Each storyline is as tense as a bowstring, intertwining pairs of characters with a history of confrontation. And if one thing is certain in this glamorous Los Angeles, it is, no secret can stay hidden forever, and no promise is meaningless when love, power, and life are put on the scale. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers reveal that the coming days in fictional Los Angeles will be filled with controversy surrounding the emotional whirlwind of Brooke, Ridge, and Nick Marone. Below is a picture that exaggerates and delves into every layer of emotion, motive, and potential consequence analyzed at each key point so that readers can clearly see why Brooke's new, stupid turn can blow away the fragile peace between three people who have been entangled for more than 3 decades. Ever since Nick's return, many viewers expected Brooke to seize the opportunity to reset her life. But contrary to common logic, Brooke tried to forget all the old lessons. Brooke has imprinted her emotions on Ridge since she was 20 years old, a form of first-time blood ink that makes all other relationships only play the role of temporary balm. In her subconscious, Brooke still sees Ridge as a medal proving that she is qualified to join the high-class fashion world, even though she has long been a successful businesswoman. Choosing Ridge means he is willing to crush his arch-rival Taylor. Brooke, despite her peace-talking, is addicted to the moment of standing taller than the perfect psychiatrist. By turning her back on Nick, Brooke slips into the unreal reward loop. She abandons safety and genuine appreciation in pursuit of a gold standard that exists only in her imagination. After her hypermarriage with Taylor, Ridge reveals his true colors. He loves himself, specifically the image of a perfect father and lover, more than any woman. His behavior of climbing into Taylor's bed right after his rift with Brooke shows the audience that Ridge uses physical intimacy as a rewind switch to his youth, not simply as an expression of love. Ridge's coldness toward Brooke's daughter, the little girl he once held, reflects his relational utilitarianism. When the relationship fails to make him shine, it is discarded. Ridge needs a backup plan to ensure he is never alone. Ironically, Brooke knows this. If Brooke accepts Ridge again, she is signing a hard addendum that will make her a conditional priority. What does Nick's return mean? Is there still chemistry? Viewers have called the spark not strong enough. In fact, the spark cannot appear while Brooke is still holding Ridge's ashes like a treasure. Nick represents a way out for Brooke to prove that she has grown out of Logan for Forrester syndrome. But the door will only open when Brooke lets go of her old illusion. Commenters called Sleeping with Taylor despicable, demanding that the writers make Ridge fall flat on his face to pay the price. This reflects the audience's lack of patience with the men rotating hot seats. Many fans would rather see a bad but new story with Nick than a stale and moldy one with Ridge. Future ratings will prove that this voice is strong enough to make the writers turn their pens. Some people mock the author's long-term memory, saying that Brooke is forgetting all her painful memories to serve the drama. Nick sees Brooke in deep. He makes a speedy proposal: either you move on to a new chapter with me, or I leave LA. This decision reveals whether Brooke really likes Ridge or is just addicted to the Ridge habit. If Brooke and Ridge remarry, the screenwriter can have hope hinder them by playing a video of Ridge admitting Brooke is Plan B and turning the wedding into a PR disaster. In case the screenwriter wants to fix the character, Ridge must go through a medical incident that causes him to lose his short-term memory and must conquer Brooke all over again, a metaphor for him learning to put her as his number one choice. Brooke Logan is standing at a historical crossroads on the left, the familiar road leading to Forrester Castle, sparkling but always marked with a side road. On the right, the Maroon docks where Nick waits with his arms around him and a promise of absolute respect. Ahead, Brooke is an independent figure without Ridge or Nick, with only her inner voice that she has neglected for decades. If she goes left, the screenwriter will have to explain it with a giant circle of justification, or accept turning Brooke into a monument of tragedy. If she goes right, the audience will enjoy a breath of fresh air and witness Ridge taste the flavor of number two. But if she goes straight, the bold and the beautiful can tell the story for the first time in 38 years, a Logan who doesn't need Forrester to shine. Whichever choice comes true, spoilers confirm that the drama index will explode. Will Brooke dare to put out that fire with a wise decision, or will she continue to add fuel to her own tragedy? Let's wait and see.
Oh.